last night was just a banner top shelf moment in Minnesota sports history. And if you've rooted for the local teams, like whether it's the Twins, the North Stars, who moved from the state of hockey, whether it's, of course, the Vikings, there is the Gophers. There's always just ways that these teams will just kick you square in the, yeah. And the Minnesota Timberwolves, starting their 7-game series against the Memphis Grizzlies in the Western Conference playoffs, coming in as a 7 seed, you won the play-in game, you got the better matchup with Memphis versus Phoenix, and you're just like, okay, here we go. They stole one on the road. They gave up game 2, whatever, we got one. So coming back to Target Center, you have a home game. It's going to be electric. Everyone's getting after it. You got this young, amazing, fun team. You got D'Lo, you have Cat, you have Anthony Edwards, who's going to be one of the future superstars in this league. Patrick Beverley's got some lockdown defense, man. And you're like, ooh, we are good to go. 2-1, and let's go. Let's go. Let's have some fun. And then, first quarter, things look great. 39-21. The over's looking good. Wolves look like they're going to cruise. And then ish happened. The Wolves not blew 1, but 2 25-point leads in this game, which is just astonishing. And also, it's not like Memphis is, the seasoned playoff-hardened team. No, they're a relatively young team as well. So this is just inexcusable when you're at home and you just get stymied. How does a professional basketball team score 12 points in a quarter? They did it twice in the 2 most important quarters, the second and the fourth. So it was just a quintessential Minnesota sports moment, right? And this is a long way of getting into, of course, this is a Vikings channel. So how can we make this about me? How can we make this about us, right? So everyone and their mom immediately after the game just started piling on. It's like, oh, the Timberwolves learned from the Vikings. They're just like Bill Simmons. Well done, Viking. Well done. We have taught you well. Referring to the Wolves by the Vikings. And people are just like, yeah, stupid Vikings. But is it really applicable? I'm really good at talking today. Is it really applicable? Is this historic collapse really in the Vikings' wheelhouse? Because it really isn't. Because the Vikings are more about getting your hopes up and then not showing up at all. Of course, 0-4 in the Super Bowl. But the dirty little secret is that the Vikings didn't really have a chance to win any of the Super Bowls. I mean, the Steelers won, sure, but the Chiefs, not really. Dolphins, no. Steelers, kind of close. Raiders, absolutely not. Right, so that's the dirty little secret. It's not like the Vikings are building up these massive leads and then blowing them. Like the much more applicable comparisons would have been the Falcons 28-3. It was you have a 28-3 lead with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Just here we go. Matt Ryan, DQ. Thomas Dimitroff, Julio, completely changes the narrative. And by the way, Bill Simmons, Simmons is a Patriots fan, so you think that 28-3 would be fresh in his mind as opposed to just making a lazy punching down Vikings joke, which a lot of people did, of course, out there. Or sticking with basketball, the Warriors blowing a 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals. Hey, 73 games ain't mean nothing. Ain't mean nothing but blowing that. All right, so because we know, like Vikings fans know, it's not all about, hey, we'll get this big lead and then we'll blow it. Although, to a degree, yes, a part of that has seeped in. Where, last year the Vikings, had a 6-point lead in almost all of the games, wins and losses. But historic collapses, not really in the wheelhouse. Like we're not even talking about like the Oilers 35-3 blown lead against the Bills up in Orchard Park. We ain't even talked about that. The Vikings haven't really done that because you recap 98 Vikings. Yes, you're at home, but they let the Falcons hang around. It's not like the Vikings blew a massive lead there. Denny Green got too conservative before halftime. They didn't go for the jugular. They let the Falcons hang around. It's not like they blew a 28-point lead. It ain't that. And then 41 donut, no chance of all of winning that game. You do not show up. When fullback Greg Camella scored that second touchdown, I knew it was over. Like the fullback is scoring touchdowns on us, not so much. And then 2009 against the Saints, Bountygate. It wasn't so much that the Vikings blew this massive lead, although They were better than the Saints that year. They should have secured home field advantage. They did not, so you had to go on the road in the NFC title game. And even with Bountygate going on and the Saints being dirty-ass cheaters and everyone knew about it, and even with the Vikings fumbling 97,000 times, the fact that it was still tied at the end of the game and you had the ball and a chance to win does speak on the road, by the way, in a very hostile environment. Saints fans get after it. That just speaks to how much better that Vikings team was than the Saints. So to a degree, yes, that was more of a choke, but we're not talking about, hey, building up a 21-point lead on the road and then blowing it. Minneapolis Miracle. Ooh, so Minneapolis Miracle to a degree. That does come into play because remember, the Vikings were up against the Saints 17-0 at halftime, and then Zimmer let them come all the way back. 4th and 10, Willie Snead, Mac Alexander. Come on, man. But whatever. And of course, 2017, 38-7. I mean, that wasn't even like a blown lead. That was just a horse poop game. So the Vikings. The Vikings should be synonymous for not showing up in big games, like no call, no show, no job, that sort of deal. I mean, that's the Vikings bag, man. Like, put us in a big time game, 4 Super Bowls, a couple big NFC title games. Like, we just ain't gonna show up. We're just like, well, whatever. Like, that's our thing. Not historically blowing leads like the Wolves did. Even though, man, it's just hard. It's just soul crushing, and it is something that this young team is going to learn from. You know, it's not like the Wolves are packed with veterans that they're just going to blow this team up in a couple of years. So I think that they can keep the core together. I think Anthony Edwards is going to be a superstar in this league. Cat's got to get it together. He really does. There's no two ways about it. But, I mean, the Wolves will be a good team in the next couple years, and hopefully this is a springboard. Like, when they do the 30 for 30, they're like, and we took that personally. And then they rolled on from there. And they still have a shot in this series. It's not a good shot by any stretch of the imagination, but, I mean, they will have a shot. So we'll see what happens. But your thoughts are our thoughts. No, the Wolves collapse. They did not Viking it. Because they would have Viking'd it if they would have gotten blown out by 40 and never had a lead. That would have been Viking'd it. But blowing leads, not the Vikings thing. But let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work, put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.